Hello everyone, Agion here, another Steel Division Normandy 44 replay. So on the south side, as the allied players, we have v86861062 as Canadian infantry, and his ally BrotherPedro as spearhead. As our four of the opponents, as the third Fallschirmjäger, we have Abortionator. Man, this is difficult to prevent any sort of AdSense with these very triggery names. And we have his ally the Duke as the Panzer Lair. You got some early scout Pumas, do have 10 armor penetration. However, he's facing against Canadian Ram 2s. They do have 12 armor. Very hard to deal with the 12 armor of these early command tanks. They're very durable, very beefy. We do also got our constancy up here. That may be for a scout sniper. Nope, it's just a recce. Not the recce's with the 50 caliber sniper, but we do got an early, very early call-in artillery unit. Here it is. It's 210mm. Does time on target. That may have been an emergency barrage, but this could do massive amount of damage. He's using the timing. Basically, it's a timing attack. The first shell does get a very good hit. Multiple very good hits. You got a officer unit down. Multiple transports down. Multiple units on the fallback. That's a very nice timing barrage. Does get multiple transports there, including a flamer. That was a huge barrage, swinging in favor of the Axis very early on in their favor. And there is another Wasp, however, so he does have a flamethrower unit, but with only range 260 meters, it is a bit vulnerable to various other things. We do got the Ram and the Puma very close together. At this range, if he gets within 800 meters, not the full 1,000, he can be able to penetrate the armor, gaining that 2 additional armor penetration. Over here, got various reconnaissance unit, various transport, so very passive side over here, but massive ground still gained by the allied player. In fact, we do got a huge push over here. We do got another time on target being brought forward. We do got a Panzer L6 now moving forward. We'll start reclaiming some of that 60% terrain. This barrage most likely will spell death for the Wasp here. First shell will start hitting. Does get very good suppression damage. Overall, very minor barrage. Does get an officer unit. That's very nice. But overall, it just seems like the allied players managed to deploy much more. I think. Well, in Fallschirmjägers do start off 85 and 75, but his opponents do start out with less income with the or at least overtime income of 70 and 65. So it's actually quite amazing how much ground the allied players have sustained. Maybe because there's a lot of Fallschirmjäger units over here. And do got these spearhead units trying to make the way forward, but just constantly being barraged forward by the artillery strikes. You got a Pubashin of the cannon warfare here. Overall, one reason why they have so much map control is because they sent units, various units along the center area, gaining a lot of ground there. And the Canadian units going with these Ram 2s are quite expensive. It looks like these Pumas, I forget the exact cost of the Puma, but I'm pretty sure they're quite expensive themselves. And not be able to use them all too well, or at all. In fact, not even a single machine gun bullet has been fired. We do got some AA half tracks. They are a great suppression platform. We've got these rifle teams getting pinned down by these Fallschirmjägers. Fallschirmjägers do in fact have 2 LMGs, so they have significant amount of firepower, along with 1 level of veterancy. Panzer L6 is pushing forward, however, is going to run straight into a couple Stewart and a Sherman. And both these have Vet 2, they will make short work of the Panzer L6. We even got a P-51D. These cheaper infantries, they're very cheap. I think these cost 20 points. The Fallschirmjägers, I think they cost 40 or 45, so they're incredibly expensive. One reason why I see a lot of units here, even though he got some serious barrages. So we do got a beacon from BrotherPedro saying attack here. perhaps trying to eye for hitting this crossroad in order to prevent any reinforcements from going to town. You got a mortar half-track slowly picking away at these units. Staatstruppen with their LMG is opening fire, however that is causing themselves to be revealed. Various units are being pinned down thanks to these. Actually, this is a half-track and is even using his machine guns in machine gun range to hit this Ojumiger MG34. You don't really see that all too often, but it is also throwing some mortars while shooting. Ooh, looks like that Panzer L6 over here did get shot and cleaned up. I don't see... Oh, here's a carcass. This early Sherman and Command Stuart being a very devastating combo to these light tanks. You got Panzerwerfer moving on forward. However, there's nothing to protect them. We do got two veteran ME-19s. That probably explains why there's so much income, so lack of units actually in the area. Because he spent on these two expensive aircraft. I think they're 140-ish each. They cost pretty much the same cost as a tank. We got the Panzerwerfer now firing a barrage. Will cause significant amount of suppression damage. We'll get some nice damage on this rifle squad. We'll wipe it out. Getting some nice hits there. Trying to hit this radio operator, but he's already called in 3 barrages. I don't think he has any more ammo. Usually they only have 3 shots. We'll get a cleanup on it, but the effects of that is quite minimum. Over here, not a huge lot of reinforcements from the Allies, but these this ram tanks being very problematic. Panzerschreck team is a great counter to the ram tank. Also, if he gets into this bush line, he gets a very close range, very accurate shot. Allow the Pumas to go ahead and push forward into the area. And lots of reinforcing infantry. In fact, we are seeing a double team in this area. You got various rifle teams, but these are all the v86861062's vehicles. Numbers. I'm not sure why he has that for his gamer tag, but Steam, freedom. Will AT guns move forward? It may be more of the Kenwerfers. They could be pack, well, the 8 armor penetration units. I can't really say for sure until they get deployed. Puma's lining up a shot on these rifles. We'll get a nice hit there. It does have actually only 1 HE for the HE rounds. Just get a nice hit there along with the machine guns. Huge amount of reinforcing infantry going deep into enemy territories. Yeah, these are the Pack 41s, Gretchens. They only have 8 armor penetration, so they have trouble versus the Sherman tank. We'll get a penetrating hit onto that universal carrier. Stormtrooper, Canadian Stormtroopers. They're not like the other Axis Stormtroopers. They don't have the Panzerfaust, but they do, of course, have a lot of machine guns, including some dynamite. I'm not sure how effective dynamite is versus vehicles. I would actually assume against open-top vehicles, it can be quite devastating. You got some ground being regained by the Axis players here. Of course, they're still counting behind. And overall, holding this area with a very inferior force. The 2 Pumas can be quite... sorry about that. Somebody was yelling it down to me. But these Pumas, at these close range, they can get a quite devastating hit onto the ram tank. They do have accuracy of 5. The ram tank does have accuracy of 5 also. So they have the same accuracy. So who can ever shoot first will probably get the kill. Looks like these rifle teams are getting cleaned up. There's also 2 stormtroopers. You got some counter artillery, it looks like. No, just a mortar half-track. Getting hit on by these air supported aircraft with 2 stars of veterancy. They can actually kill it off quite efficiently, but they're getting forced away thanks to this M16AA half-track. And you got P-51D coming in for nice rear armor hits, but it's 0 veterancy. So he most likely won't get the kill, but is smoking and will get away. This one's also smoking, but will get away. We got a Spitfire with a bomb coming on in. Not sure. There it is. Didn't really see where the bombs were landing, but we'll force the fallback even though it's already out of ammo. You got some large gains still by the Axis player, but you got these riflemen closing the gap along with Command Stewart. The Command Stewart does have 6 armor, but with this close range potential shots, they're about 500 meters in, so he does have well enough armor penetration to take it out with a 2-3-4. All depends who can get a good penetrating hit first. We do got to roll a miss here. However, the 2-3-4 is hitting the aircraft and will result getting 2 free shots resulting in a death. Ram tank is pushed back. Looks like one of the Pumas may in fact went down. I only see one Puma left. Yeah, apparently one of the Pumas did in fact go down thanks to the Ram tank. Most likely to the Ram tank. I don't see any other AT in the area. We got HS-129 being deployed. Use up his ammo, currently falling back. However, he's getting chased. Currently in a smoking state, but the Mustang will not slow down and will overshoot. We got the air support aircraft now engaging each other. You got the wingman's trying to get some hits, but not turning tight enough. While the Mustang that's smoking does pull an unusually tight turn there, granting him very good retreat. He must attack the half track, forcing a split S and allowing him to do a faster turn radius. That was very smart if that was intentional. You got the Vet 2 receiving a huge amount of damage from the Spitfires. Mixed Mustang, but will manage to retreat out. Both of them will manage to retreat out. But you of course got this one. It is a veterancy one, who's more likely to shoot it down. This one's trying to turn in, but is running low on ammo. Will receive some nice rear armor hits, but will manage to get out of there. We haven't seen any aircraft splash down, but so many of them so close to death. You got Abortionator leaving the game. I guess being double teamed for so long will force him back. Just made him sort of rage quit, perhaps. We got a huge amount of units right here. A lot of rifles. Some stormtroopers mixed in? Nope, just all rifles. It looks like these are all the they're Canadian, so it is potentially stormtroopers, but nope. You got a 1v2. Tickets are still counting in favor of the Allies. With our teammate gone down, he's going to be stressed and trying to manage this entire map. Most likely he will throw in the towel himself. This huge front line with all these rifles, it will be very hard to push forward with any sort of infantry assault. And he knows there's these tanks nearby, so he has to deal with those. The battle phase B is in effect, so let's see. Panzer he can get the big... I think he can also get a King Tiger in this phase. He must be saving up for that, I'm guessing. Of course, the King Tiger is a double-edged sword. It's so... you have to keep on pushing. Any moment you're not pushing, you're probably going to lose the game. And it's such a slow vehicle, so it takes him very long to get the front line. However, since the front line is very close to the spawn, that's not too much of a problem. You got this big push forward, multiple bulge on both sides, pretty much, almost like the yin yang symbol, more or less. Ram 2 still on the field. There's no good counter. You got the Puma, of course, with the 12 armor thanks to the Ram tank. Very hard to deal with. You got a support gun started being cleaned up. You got a Panzer Warfare refilled on ammo. Probably has enough ammo to launch a barrage. But thanks to, it looks like he just recently fired a barrage, hence all this fire, forcing the continuous fallback state. This tank actually may burn to death. but because the engine destroyed, say it won't allow it to move outside of the fire. You got some LW Jaegers. These are cannon fodder units with 2 Panzerfausts. They're a bit stronger than Ostruppen. They do in fact have still the LMG, still all the bolt action rifles, but just have the additional added aspect of having 2 Panzerfausts. Looks like the Bulge has finally collapsed upon the Axis front. You got a Tiger E now out on the field. Tiger E is a very potent tank. The Ram tank has nothing upon it. Of course, any good side armor, flank, or rear armor hit can spell death for any tank. Tiger tank only has 9 side armor, so the Ram tank will actually have trouble even penetrating the side armor. Of course, if it gets nice close range, get a good ambush position, say right around here, or even just using these trees here, get a point blank, 100% accuracy, very high penetration is a good option. But do got a massive airstrike heading out. Not exactly sure what they're going to be targeting. They could be trying to hit this mortar half track. Actually, they're hitting the Puma, nailing it with all these machine guns. The Puma does have a closed top, so it's not vulnerable to machine gun fire. So we've got these units pushing on forward. Field guns trying to support, but these mortar half tracks will just slowly pick away at them. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing some heavy artillery. We've got a Priest DD moving forward, an amphibious M7. And also do got the second Ram tank now being showed up in the field. I think there's only 2 Ram 2 tanks available. And they're a quite effective tank. Of course, they weren't widely used by the Canadians. They were mostly used in Sherman tanks. In comparison, the Ram tank is awfully like a Sherman. I think it may in fact seem to use a similar turret, but I think it's called the Ram tank. If I were to change the angle, you can see there's like those 2 spokes. Maybe that's why it's called a Ram tank. Either way, I'm not exactly sure, but the camera angle will be ever off. But we've got the HS-129 going in for another strafing run, but it will get cleaned up. Don't see any tank carcass, so may roll a bunch of misses. Actually, here is a carcass here. Looks like it was a Stuart tank they actually laid claim of. Yeah, that looks like a Stuart tank. We do got Sherman 76 along with a Stuart for veterancy. Be a very potent option versus the Tiger E, especially if they get the side armor hits. However, with only 13 armor penetration, it will have trouble versus the 12 frontal armor, but 9 side armor will more reasonably engage. Ooh, looks like that command Stuart will get cleaned up. We'll spot this heavier field gun. It does of course have 10 armor penetration. You got another Sherman 76 eyeing to take on this Tiger tank no matter what angle. Torpedo run, probably maybe eyeing for this Panzerwerfer if he gained vision of it. Yes, he did. We'll get a nice fallback and destroy it. Very nice. Sherman tank is still alive, is running out of HE ammo. Looks like he's actually going to bring up a GMC to help refill it, but it is going to get hit by MG42, so maybe trying to eye to remove that sooner rather than later. In which he does. And we'll get a number of ammo to it, enough for more defense. Tiger tank slowly moving forward, but this Ram 2 is in a very good position, could get very good side armor hit. He definitely does see the Tiger tank, but it looks like he has surrendered. This Agion, or maybe the actually total victory. That's actually 2,000 points for each. This is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.